How's it going, everyone? Wayne the Unknown here, and welcome to Cosplay Con Talk, where we basically discuss everything pertaining to the cosplay community and conventions. I almost wanted to say the geeking out one, but we're not doing that one. I'm here with Bob Greenwade, known as One Eye Cosplay, and he's going to be basically taking over tonight in a segment called Humor in Cosplay. Mind telling us a little about this podcast tonight, Bob, that you're wanting to do?
Well, this is basically going to be just a slideshow of some of the most humorous, funniest, silliest, quirkiest, weirdest cosplays that I have been able to come across on Pinterest and elsewhere on the internet. And I just put this together on a Pinterest board, and we can put the link in the description at YouTube, and so you can look at ones that I didn't make the cut for the podcast, but were still worth honorable mentions, and I may make passing mention of some of them as well.
Nice. So I guess to begin, Bob, what cosplay are we going to be looking at first?
Well, we're going to be looking at I kind of divided these into 8 categories, but I'm going to go with a sort of 9th category of which I call miscellaneous. And one of the cosplays that I do kind of fits fairly well into that. That's the one we're using for the thumbnail, which is Redneck Bunny Foo-Foo. And using that one, this is just like Little Bunny Foo-Foo, but it's a redneck take on him. And this kind of fits into some of the other categories, as we'll see, but not quite, and you're not sure which one it would be. So that's what this one. I'm going to start off with this fella here. That is the blue screen of death.
Oh no! Basically, the screen can't load.
Yeah, like I said, she's got the black hood and the sickle and everything.
Man, I imagine I'm not sure who the cosplayer is. Do you know who the cosplayer is, or?
I have no idea on most of these, but I will say right here that this guy is just the first of every single one of these cosplayers. I'm giving a salute to their cleverness,
their creativity. I mean, the blue screen of death. I could tell like what they did is probably like printed it on the sheet.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely clever. I mean, you've like heard of like an Xbox, the Red Ring of Death, but like someone actually cosplaying and dressing up as like the blue screen of death. Basically, if anyone's familiar with the blue screen of death, it has that sad face saying, the page can't load or there's something wrong with your connection.
That's basically what PC users see when the computer crashes fatally and can't retrieve anything.
I'm not, for someone who's seen that.
So next one, this one is kind of a mashup. I can only tell you what half the mashup is. I have no idea what it is, but I like it.
I can probably tell you once I see it. Okay, so from what I'm gathering, it's Texas. I want to say Texas Chainsaw meets Ronald McDonald. I can't really tell, but I can tell it's like a zombie Ronald McDonald from what I'm gathering.
Something like that, yeah. So,
I mean, she did. I can't tell. I think I'm not sure. I don't want to. But whoever they are, they did a really good job. I mean, the hair, the makeup, and then the Ronald. Okay, yeah, yeah. They really did a really good job, and they even have a little Happy Meal box at the little bottom.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I only just now determined that the orange thing next to him is not part of the.
Oh no, it looks like a waste basket.
Yeah, it's a waste box. This next one was it's not actually a cosplay. It's just a Halloween costume, but I thought it was very clever what this guy's done.
Little Red Riding Hood and their looks like an actual wolf dog is
Grandma,
Big Bad Wolf. You see, I love collaboration cosplays like that where you don't just get people involved, but you get your pets involved. I think getting your pets involved, if they're not gonna throw a fit, because so it's just sometimes your pets will throw a fit if you try to get them, but the dog seems really relaxed and You could tell the owner is just like
Yeah,
love to getting their pet involved.
dog is totally down with this.
And it looks like
Uh,
a husky or a full bred wolf dog.
Probably is, yeah, something that looks close enough to a wolf. At this dog, just a very calm dog, and the guy is Red Riding Hood. I think he just came up with this weird idea, and it completely works.
And I mean, from what I'm looking at, it does work.
Yeah, it does. I love it. The next one, probably one of the most recognizable and popular characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Cloak of Levitation.
Oh, Doctor Strange. I've seen someone. I've seen this before. I want to say it was on a YouTube video of a cosplay showcase thing, and that's really clever. I mean, I've seen someone do a full size General Grievous cosplay once, where the cosplayer is like underneath all the cloaks and the armor and everything. How are they able to? I'm just trying to figure out how they're able to see through that thing because
I think probably the guy's eyes are hidden between the two clasps,
probably I
but
know
that's
when
just a guess.
like cosplayers do something like this, they'll like, and the photographer
Kind of-
is the person took the picture, their initials are CS. I'm not sure who the photographer is. Again, these are just things we're looking at. So if you happen to recognize the cosplayer, feel free to leave a comment
Oh
in the
yeah,
comment section. Again, we're praising all these cosplays, but yeah, I've seen one other Cloak of Levitation, but that's impressive. Again, I can't imagine how.
actually, I am in the early stages of working on what I hope to debut at Rose City 23, Zombie Hunter Scott Lang,
Ooh.
which will incorporate a lot of the idea that we see in here. And of course, I'm talking about Scott Lang as seen in the What If episode of Zombies.
I have yet to watch that, but that's, I mean, again,
Yeah,
to anyone who makes a big build cosplay where you're basically hiding underneath it and you're able to see, I commend you, because if I was to wear something like that, I would probably be running into people on accident.
yeah. This is, but this next one, I really have no idea what it is, but I just totally love it.
Oh, it's a unicorn raver by the looks of it.
I
It looks
could,
like
I might see my guess, which I knew was wrong because it predates the incident, but I thought it was a cross between My Little Pony and um, the the QAnon shaman.
I
And that was
mean,
my
I can kind of see it, but from what, yeah, it's definitely a guy dressed as like a unicorn, like at a music festival. But
yeah.
and this is something you would even see at a convention. I've seen a fair share of zany, wacky things at conventions, just not in person, but again on the convention scene that I see on YouTube. It's just, again, you got to commend people who will just, like, they don't care if they want to dress up as it, they will dress up as it.
Oh yeah, that is my big respect for this fellow right here. Is
He just doesn't have a care in the world, just wearing a unicorn
he's gonna wear his rainbow trousers and rainbow leg
leg
warmers,
warmers,
whether you
wrist
like it or not.
cuffs. It even has a tail and a little hat with a unicorn thing.
Okay. No, this next one has a caption on it that bears repeating. Why dress as Jane Cobb when you can dress as Jane Cobb's hat?
Who is Jane Cobb?
From Firefly.
Oh, the hat she wears. Okay. Oh,
He is a big
he.
guy. His mom made it for him, and nobody dares laugh at it.
I mean, so this from the website. This is from, because you see right there is geekexchange.com. That, I wonder what material she used, and she has things attached to her fingers to lift it up. I've seen people do that with when they have multiple arms for the
Mhm.
cosplay, or they're doing like Doc Ock.
Yeah,
They'll have like they'll have like pieces of string to their hand, if when they're doing certain cosplays. I've seen people add strings to like headpieces, like owl ears and everything.
oh yeah. This isn't the first time you'll see something like that
That
on
must have
this.
took a long time though. for them
It
to make it.
probably
You
did.
can tell this is handmade. There is no way this
Oh
is
yeah.
store bought.
Oh no, of course not. She made this herself. And this is as part of what is so epic about this. And besides that, the um just the cleverness of dressing as an article of clothing.
And you don't really see. I mean, the only time like the other only article of clothing we've shown so far is Doctor Strange's cape,
The cloak of levitation.
cloak of levitation. So I mean, the fact that they're cosplaying like another this gal's cosplaying an article of clothing, and you can tell she put a lot of time and effort into this because I mean, you got four different color, you got three different colors: the red, the yellow, the orange. Not to mention adding the strings to like the bottom parts of the beanie to hold on for your from your fingers.
For the flaps, yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Now we have a group cosplay coming up, and this is the last one of this category, but this is, I think, is the most epic. This was at Rose City 2019, and I so wish that I had seen these people.
Oh, Stan Lee.
Stan Lee
Man,
cameo.
I have seen that. Okay, I did. I remember seeing this on Instagram, I think. I mean, you got Stan Lee, FedEx from
The FedEx guy, the
from Civil
librarian,
War. You got the librarian. You
and of course,
got
yeah. The I want to give just special kudos to the barber.
oh yeah, especially since they basically his haircut prop.
Yeah,
Oh,
that whole thing is a very complex one.
it looks like
It
it's made from EVA foam.
it probably is my guess.
I just love it though. I mean, they're all anytime someone does a Stan Lee cosplay, I even seen like little kids wanted to cosplay Stan Lee, and that's just too perfect. And they got Stan Lee from Thor when he's when he's driving his truck to pull a Mjolnir.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Okay. Now we have the first actual category I'm going to look at is called It's the Character. And it's just a character. You've probably seen some of these before, or somebody else do some of these before. But it's just very clever. Sometimes it's which character. Don't expect to see this guy very often at a convention.
Psy Gangnam Style.
Oh yeah.
I
By
mean,
Gangnam Style.
I've seen a few of these on convention on cosplay convention videos on YouTube. But you know what? It doesn't matter how old or the character was, or how long ago it came out. I've seen people still you always see people cosplay as characters from like 30, 20 years ago, or characters that were like a one-hit wonder, but people still cosplay them because
It's so memorable.
it's memorable, and the classics never die, in my opinion. But seeing
Oh
someone
yeah.
cosplay aside from the Gangnam Style music video is it's just awesome.
Yeah, that you'll find there's nothing you can't find. I'm going to show you a few of those later on in here. It's just some, of course, older characters are great. You've seen my my cosplay as the Shadow, which doesn't qualify as humorous. It's my token, not funny cosplay, but still. Okay, ready for Batman.
Lego Batman, yes. I love seeing Lego cosplays. I mean, they've been around for a long time, but what I think really started people wanting to cosplays more Lego cosplays was the Lego movie.
The characters from the Lego movie.
Yeah, like the Michael Keaton Lego Batman. I mean, the chest so far, like the two things that are fully Lego are the chest piece and the headpiece, and that's really well done. And I've seen people go full on like Lego with the arms, the legs, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I think this was also from looking at it looks handmade and hand painted.
I would guess so. I would guess so. Yeah,
Because
especially
that just the
yeah.
head. Oh yeah, the head you can tell is hand painted, but again, that is it's really cool in my opinion seeing Lego Batman.
Oh yeah, I have seen crazier things at some of this year's conventions. Now, okay, here's one you'll be able to recognize right away. You don't really see him that often because it's so there's certain challenges to it. But yeah.
Oh, I know that cosplayer. That is Geek Gatsby.
I
I
think
am-
you've had him on, as a matter of fact.
I have had him on this channel before. Yes, I recognize his cosplay. I remember him telling me about his Dark Helmet cosplay, how he had the kind of stuff he had to do. He did this one, and he also did one. He did a red version to joke with his buddy Hip Hop Trooper. I know. Yeah, I'm familiar with Geek Gatsby. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm familiar with his cosplay. So yeah, when you
we can
showed
let
me,
him know that he's featured in this episode, and we can even probably put some of the information in the description.
oh yeah, no, when I saw the face and like I know who that is right away.
He even looks like Rick Moranis.
He does. And again, I've seen a lot of other geeks cosplays before, from Ace Ventura and everything else. And yeah, no, I remember him telling me about the Dark Helmet cosplay in his podcast interview, and the what he had to go through, because he did like he had like another helmet, which was the first one. I'm not sure if this was the one he was talking about or if this was an updated one. So yeah, I'm familiar with Geek Gatsby's work.
Yeah, I came across that one long before that his episode went out, and I just thought, I do see some Spaceballs characters. It's usually John Candy's character. This one is just wonderful.
Oh yeah,
Now,
no.
this next one, it has a greater cleverness, and my only complaint about it is I think the cosplayer is too tall.
I mean, for one, again, you could tell it's handmade.
Yeah,
And I don't know what material they're using. Yeah,
I think
I mean,
it's yarn.
and there's nothing wrong with being too tall for characters, in my opinion.
No, and I'm
But
not.
it's just
That's the
like
closest thing. But
it's just
still,
oh yeah,
cosplay cousin it.
oh yeah. I mean, but when you're tall and you're cosplaying, you know, I feel like the taller you are, or whatever, the muscular you are, you're gonna have to go through a lot of material, and it looks like I want to say that's yarn, and they had to go through a lot of yarn because they're tall, so
Yeah.
you have to factor that in, and then two, you got to make sure it's not too long so you're not tripping over.
Okay. I want to say right off that height really doesn't matter. One of my cosplay friends, honest cosplayer, who is now a champion cosplayer, I first met when she was cosplaying Ganondorf, and she's 5'1". So Ganondorf from I forget what video game it's from, but
The Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda. Yeah, real huge character, and she's 5'1", so she could do that. Interesting, but interesting it was a 5'1" female Ganondorf. Okay, I don't know if you'll know the name of this character, but I know you'll know the movie.
Oh, that's Darla from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Wake up, fishy! Wake up, fishy! Fishy, wake up!
And so somebody somebody just thought, okay, yeah, I do that. That's fun. It is clever.
And it looks like the bag they're holding is made of like a glass material. I can't tell if that's an actual bag or if that's like a glass.
I think it's either plastic or either hard plastic or it's a regular plastic bag.
And they got the retainer and the braces, and their wig is really well done. You can tell
the wig
that
is perfect.
You can tell that they got the attention to detail. And this photo was taken by Joyce Photography. I think that's what it is. The name
Giving all the credit. Yeah, apologies to any photographers and such that
again we're
here.
Oh yeah, but no, like her wig is well done. I've only seen a handful of Darla cosplays.
Yeah, I'm wondering, did she make the skirt? How hard was it to find the sweatshirt?
Who knows? I mean, if you know this cosplayer, feel free to mention them. Again, this whole podcast is to show off these cosplayers' work. And the picture, the fish is the goldfish that we see her holding in a picture frame in the movie.
Yeah, this is
the brace, and from the retainer, I mean the braces and everything, to the wig, to like attention to detail is spot on.
Just have to pick out the right character. Whoever This one is one that I have plans to actually do from Batman the Animated Series. Lasted only, what, 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, but the Condiment King.
From he's got the socks, the mustard and ketchup gun, the pickle head, and then I mean I remember
The
seeing
tiny
that.
whiteys for the trunks.
Yeah, oh man, and and he's wearing the glasses. Like I know in the animated series, his head is like elongated.
Yeah, well,
Because well, I mean, a good chunk of the characters were themselves were kind of zany, but like
yeah,
you can
well, he
tell
was tall and thin in the show, so
I mean, you can tell this guy made the costume himself. I mean, yeah, he probably went online to buy the suit, like the blue suit, but then and the glove and the socks and the underwear, but like the condiment backpack, and you can tell he bought mustard and ketchup squirt bottle.
which is roughly what I'm planning to do for the same thing.
And then he probably from the and looks like and then he's wearing a green balaclavis for like for the pickle head.
Yeah,
And then just standard.
Yeah, when I make mine, I'm going to try and do it so it looks like the in the show where it all comes to kind of a knot at the top.
I mean, it's still you don't really and Condiment King, he's like I want to say he's like a D list.
Oh, he's kind of more like a Q list.
Oh, he's past like he's past like Killer Moth and all them.
He's just a one-off character that Bruce Timm just or whoever wrote that episode just made up for that episode because he wasn't actually supposed to be a supervillain. He was just a comedian who was mind controlled
by Joker, yeah. But still,
Joker,
the fact that
it became such a hit that there have now been 2 Condiment Kings in the comics.
That's
with,
right.
Different costumes in that,
and he even got the Condiment King's logo on his chest, which I'm sure he he made.
That
you can tell this cosplay was made with love. I mean, aside from having to probably go online and buy the compression suit and the gloves, everything else you can tell was handmade.
Yeah, Oh, the tiny whiteys too.
Oh yeah, I mean he bought the tiny, but still that's impressive to do.
And you can tell he is following rule number 1 of cosplay: have fun.
Exactly.
Oops. Oh, I had the next one ready and I didn't make the copy. And okay, now this section, the next section is called a different take. And if it's a character, you're just doing it a little differently.
And there's nothing wrong with doing your version. I've done my versions. I've done my take on different characters in the past.
Oh yeah. Well, that's one of the categories that my redneck bunny Fufu kind of falls into. But this one, I don't think it's really anything specific. It is just delightful.
Little pink stormtrooper. I love when people do their take on stormtroopers. I've seen a Hello Kitty one. I've seen I've seen like a samurai one, but like you can tell.
Also, there's anything you can. Stormtroopers is one of the go-tos for doing weird things with.
Oh no, I plan on doing my version. I have like 2 ideas for a stormtrooper that I want to do later down the road, and you can tell again. You can tell this was custom made for this kid, like from the armor and everything. Like I'm not sure if like her parent made it or if it was like commissioned. But you can tell
the great part is, I think the great part is she just decided she's going to be a pink stormtrooper, and she was a pink stormtrooper.
I mean,
with a purple bow on her head.
It's adorable, and even the blaster is matches the outfit.
Well, yeah. Well, you have to be color coordinated. Right?
I mean, the fact that she wanted to cosplay as a stormtrooper is 1 is adorable, and 2, I mean, you can't go wrong with a stormtrooper.
It's hard to go wrong with a stormtrooper, especially if you do something different with it. Star Wars. I'll go into this later when I talk about a different topic, but Star Wars is a great source of that. It's not the only Star Wars cosplay in this category. Speaking of,
let's see.
Lego Boba Fett.
Yeah, and like I was talking about, your let's just like the Batman one.
Yeah.
You can tell this isn't a little kid as well, and they went full on with the legs, the arms, everything. I've only seen one other. I've seen a couple Lego Boba Fett's, but this kid, this whoever made this, you can tell it was handmade again. Which again,
Oh yeah.
nothing wrong with handmade stuff. If you have the skill and the time and the patience to do something handmade, go ahead and do it. And the
Oh
fact
yeah.
that this person's, whoever made this, it was made
This is
with
like
love.
simple. This is
And
like a lot of it is just a simple
it looks
plastic
like
and
foam. You can tell it's foam, and you can
well, it
tell
looks
that
like cardboard.
I think I want to say foam cardboard, and the hands are foam, and then they just use like black duct tape to make, because you can tell if you
Yeah.
look closer, you can see it's like
Yes.
electrical tape or some kind of like tape, black tape.
Yeah. This is another one of those that probably was intended not as a cosplay, but as a Halloween costume.
And and
And
cosplay is it's just short for costume play.
well, yeah. And I overheard some people as we were walking around in at Emerald City this year. Somebody just said that it's Halloween in August.
It's pretty much, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly. Anytime you go to a convention, it's like Halloween.
And another Star Wars one. I think you just mentioned this guy.
Yeah, I've seen, well, not this one specifically, but I have seen multiple versions of Stormtrooper Samurai. And
Hmm.
I've seen one like this, and I've seen one that was very, I mean, this one is detailed. I mean, it's,
Oh yeah.
they use a Stormtrooper helmet. You can tell, but like everything else. And I've seen many, I can't remember the name of the brand, but there's a toy series that's like mainly for adults of like um Japanese themed Star Wars characters. There's one of Darth Vader, there's one of Boba Fett, there's one of a Stormtrooper,
Hmm. You
and
can. This is
yeah,
like it's just a different form, and you can do a sort of traditional Japanese take on just about everything. Because after all, that is one of the influences of Star Wars originally was the samurai movies.
yep, I remember about that.
Hmm.
But no, and again, you can tell this cosplay took a long time too.
Oh yeah. Um, Posted without comment.
Oh, I love it.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, it's got the I have Agamotto, a little book with a paw print
Oh,
on it.
everything on it.
The dog, you can even tell the dog is happy of wearing it. Like the
Oh
dog
yeah, the
doesn't
dog is.
care. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so adorable.
animals tend to not really care about costume. They just wear it because the owner wants them to.
But you can see
Uh,
like the look on the dog's face. They're having a good time.
he likes the attention.
And that's one thing I like is how sometimes I remember at SAC, I went to SAC Anime 2019, and this gal had a bunny, and the bunny was wearing a custom Spider-Man onesie. Like
Yeah,
like an animal onesie, and it was the cutest thing ever. The fact, like, I've seen people bring their pets to cons, and their pets are dressed up. Like I've seen someone like they had like their duck and everything.
yeah, yeah. Emily Swallow has a dog and has a an armorer costume for him. He'll wear it proudly, but not the helmet. Doesn't like the helmet.
I can understand sometimes pets don't like things on their face.
Yeah. So now this next one, sometimes you got to just take what's different about you and run with it. These people, yeah, here's a group cosplay that puts Usain Bolt to shame in terms of
Uh,
running. But
yep, I remember seeing this picture years ago on fa- on Facebook many years ago, and you know what? Again, you can dress as a character. This is an example of wearing everyday clothes, but still you can tell who it is.
also, well, except for the kid, there's something a little different. But a lot of this is clearly a Hispanic American family, Mexican American, I'm guessing. and they're taking the Mexican stereotypes and just having fun with them.
Oh no, they
Uh,
are, and I gotta say, the little kids R2D2 Serapi and sombrero is, again, you can tell that's custom made.
yeah. Well, let me. Um, the caption on this one, where I picked it up, has the names of the individual characters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Princess Loca, Han Cholo,
I remember this.
Arturito, Darth Vato, Loco Skywalker, and Homie Juan Kenobi.
I remember seeing this on Facebook years ago, and I loved it. Again, you can take your heritage and mix it into a cosplay. Just you also got to be careful too when it comes to cosplaying certain characters.
There's a cosplayer that I got to meet in at Rose City this year, who is she's a kind of an older Asian woman. I cannot remember her name to save my life, but she's on what she told a story about on how on one occasion she had dressed up as a coolie, and because her ancestors had been coolies, but other Asians came to her and criticized her for it. She said, "No, this is my heritage. I can dress like this if I want to." And of course, she can get away with that.
Yeah.
I even suggested a nice mashup cosplay to her Coolio.
Nice.
And she likes that idea. So she might do it in tribute to, because since between then and now, the rapper has passed away. So
yeah. But still, massive cosplays are always the best.
Yeah, here's another group that I have a lot of it's clearly doing a lot of fun there.
Redneck Avengers.
Yeah. Now, two things I do want to point out. You can look at this picture for a long time and just pick out all the little details that has a redneck. I just want to point two things out. Number one, She-Hulk is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And the second, Captain America's shield is the lid off of an aluminum garbage can.
Yep. I've seen this cosplay before, and it's not really offensive when you think about it. It's funny because I know when some people think, when they look at, some people think they'll see She-Hulk, and you can tell that this was done intentionally.
Yeah. Well, you're just doing a lot of just having a lot of fun. It's like my redneck bunny foo-foo. It just is what it is. It's making fun of a white people stereotype. Subgroup of white people, but still.
Yeah. But still, I mean, I gotta admire the dedication that they put into this cosplay.
Oh yeah. Well, that shield, I think, does stand out as probably being hand painted.
Oh yeah, you can tell it was. Let me see. Yeah, you can tell it was hand painted. There's no doubt about
and you
it.
have Thor in the long blonde mullet, which I think Chris Hemsworth would probably appreciate.
Oh yeah.
And this is the winner.
Yes, I have actually seen this lady's cosplay on Instagram.
I've shown it. You've seen it. I've shown it to you before.
Yeah, www.retiredwonderwoman.com. Yeah, I just love it. You can tell this lady had a fun time, and all this stuff was like, some of it's, you can tell it's probably custom made. Other was, it was bought online, but like the cane, the glove, like, I love it.
Yeah, the gloves are oven mitts. The tiara I recognize as something from Etsy.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Linda Carter headpiece, but you can tell that she had fun doing this. You got got a cigarette in one hand when she's adjusted her glasses.
I only just now noticed that the gloves have the fingers cut off, so these are oven mitts with the fingers cut off. And the purse there and everything, and it's just like, and I believe that this woman's actual name is Diana Prince.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That is my understanding of how she came up with the idea.
Still, it's clever. I remember I like when when people, like elderly people, when they cosplay a character, they cosplay that character as their age. I think that's really funny and really clever.
Yeah, it's there's some good. I think I have a few in here. I may make a mention later, but yeah, see what there is. I'm going to finish off this category by coming full circle.
Oh, yep. I remember seeing this one too. You can tell
Pink
that.
ballerina Darth Vader.
Yeah, you can tell that it's the half mask, not the full cover mask, and it looks like it was spray painted to be pink, because I know any Darth Vader mask that the half masks come in their exact color. So you can tell toy lightsaber, and then they added in the photographer is Petruzzo, ballerina Darth Vader. That is adorable.
Yeah. So backing up, let's see. That is a different take. Now, there's sometimes you come into a cosplay and you just, I remember that. I remember that moment. And this is that category. I remember that. So, for example, let's see. Took a second to get the picture up for this, but there's this guy. Here's Johnny.
Jack Torrance, and the fact that he'd wanted to like put I'm not sure if that's actual wood.
Probably foam.
Probably. I mean, I'm not gonna assume, but dedication to just putting like the piece of door over your face. And this is probably like a Halloween costume.
It probably is, yeah.
But still, like, I love it.
And see, I know this one you'll be able to tell who it is, but can you tell? Do you remember the moment? I just saw this guy at Rose City this year in 22, and he's Peter number 3.
Oh, No Way Home.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. This is, when Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was working in their little laboratory, and he put on the lab coat over his spider costume. That's what this is.
And then you got "Hello, my name is Peter number 3"
on the mask. Yeah.
That's clever.
So I took that is the photographer in this case is moi.
Oh, you took that?
I took that.
Nice. Did the guy tell you his name?
I did not get his name. I should have gotten a name or a card or something. It's not the only time I took 2 photographs that are in this presentation.
So we'll call this guy and tell again if someone recognizes him. He will go by Peter number 3.
Yes, we know him as Peter number 3.
I love it.
You look at that and you say, "Oh yeah, I know. It's not just Spider-Man. It's Peter number 3 in the lab with the test tube." And of course, this is duplicating not just a character, but a particular moment.
I want to cry. I mean, plus, the cardboard, the sign is, yeah. Ha.
It's very likely came from somebody remarking on how much he looks like Alan Tudyk.
Oh man, this just hurts. And I mean, if anyone's seen the movie, you'll know that stings. That hurts.
It does, but
it's one of those deliberate cosplays where like whether it's for Halloween or convention, people will cosplay a character deliberately just to get a reaction. For example, one would be the Nina cosplay from Full Metal Alchemist. Like, they know who they're cosplaying as and they're wanting to get a sad reaction. If he was to go to a convention and people were to see him who are fans of Firefly, they would be sad. Oh, yeah. That hurts.
But this is kind of darkly humorous, I call it. Mm-hmm. But here's one that's sure to get a laugh if you have seen this movie.
I've actually seen this one on Facebook too.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you can tell these guys had fun. They this was a coordinated cosplay where one of them's like, "Hey, let's cosplay, Yao,
three guys from that
Chimbo,
moment of
and
the movie.
Lang as the ugly concubines from Mulan. Like again, it was coordinated, it was well done, and they matched the characters perfectly from the movie.
Oh yeah, even in terms of the relative height and size.
Exactly. Well, I mean, Yao's a little bit shorter, but still,
so
I remember seeing this, but like, I'm not sure. I don't know if they did the makeup themselves or they had like a friend help them. But like,
yeah,
you can tell that these outfits were custom made for each height and weight.
had to be.
And same with the wig. You can tell the guy in the middle is using his own hair,
Mhm.
and the other two are wearing wigs. But like, again, it is clever, it is witty, it is funny, and you can tell they had a good time.
I almost want to hear one of them say, "Does this dress
Just
make
make me look fat.